Even you tried to tell me to call for help, but I didn't listen. It was obvious that Keith came to the school to cause chaos. In the world we live in, that should have been obvious. Max. Once everyone leaves the estate, we'll gather them together and tell them they'll have a new brother or sister. I think they could use some cheering up after the funeral. Officer, take him away. He's not welcomed here. You heard her, Torres. Time's up. Time's up? This is my daughter's burial site. I deserve to be here. I deserve to say goodbye. She was my baby. She was mine. Max, since we left the Dorval estate, you haven't said a word. Do you want to talk about it? I don't want to, but there is something that I need to admit on. What is it? I'm sorry. What do you have to apologize for? Making you feel guilty for what happened to Ulissa when I share the blame. Is something wrong? No, Vanessa. Nothing is wrong. In fact, this is good news. What's going on? There are gonna be some big changes in this family because this family is growing. Growing? Yes. A new life is growing inside of me. You two are gonna have a baby brother or sister. Hey, Pacho. I ain't think you'd stop by. How was the funeral? Thanks for keeping me company after leaving the Dorval estate. My mom wants to be alone somewhere and I don't even know where Pacho is. Whatever you need, I'm here for you, Nichelle. But since we're alone, you never told me what took you and your family so long at the cemetery. My family was interrupted. How? My dad, he came to the burial. Max, you had nothing to do with what happened at the school. You were a victim. Most of all, I don't want you to feel any guilt for surviving what Keith put you through. You read the reports, Mom. You know that I confronted Keith instead of calling for help. None of that matters now. What matters is that you're okay and that you're alive. But Ulissa isn't. And Vanessa might have lost hers because I did something so stupid. What? Are you serious, Mom? You're having a baby? I am. This is amazing. I'm so happy for you. JJ, kisa wa panse. Yeah, JJ, how do you feel about this? I'm just trying to figure out why you and Mom would bring another baby into a world like this. I feel so pathetic. Don't, Pacho. There ain't no shame in crying over the loss you're going through. But I shouldn't just keep on crying like a baby because I can't seem to give an answer. It's okay. You got every right since you lost your baby sister the way you did. I can't even imagine how it's like to lose a younger sibling. I'm sure it wasn't easy seeing Ulissa being placed in the ground. Seeing my father didn't make it any easier. Your dad was there? In cuffs, of course. But yeah, Zeke, he was right there. What were you feeling? I mean, I didn't expect for him to show up. It shocked me. Then I thought about how Ulissa wasn't with us. She was in the ground. All my life, I never once dreamed that I'd ever hate my father. But I do. I hate my father. He's locked up. And you don't ever gotta see him again if you don't want to, Nichelle. What's worse is that I won't get to see my sister again either. Not only do I hate my father, but I think I hate God too. What you did that day, Max, I know you weren't trying to make things worse. I know that you only wanted to do the right thing. I bet Vanessa doesn't blame you for what happened to Ulissa. She doesn't blame you, right? No, she doesn't. Maybe she doesn't blame me because we only started dating. Or maybe she doesn't blame you because she knows you bear no responsibility. I can't say the same for her family. Her brother, to be specific. But maybe her family does blame me, but just won't say it out loud. From what I understand, her brother feels guilty for not stopping Keith on Labor Day. JJ Dorval isn't to blame either, but that doesn't give him the right to point fingers at anyone else other than Keith Burke. JJ is clearly hurt, so please don't take what he says to heart. You can't be serious, JJ. I get that today was Ulysses' funeral and that you've got a mix of emotions, but today was a rough day for me too. And I think having a new baby in the house is exactly what this family needs. Nothing against the kid, but is no one concerned that this baby will be born into a messed up world? You're acting like mom and dad planned to have another baby. If they wanted to have another baby, they would have given you a little brother or sister to play with a long time ago. Your sister is right, JJ. This baby was a surprise. We didn't know how you'd take it, but I never thought you'd take it this hard. Sorry that I'm the bad guy for not feeling up to celebrating after Ulysses' life was taken away from her. Dizzle. Devante was there? The prison actually allowed him to go? I'm just as surprised as you are. So are my mother and Nichelle. I can't say that I don't get it. Devante lost a daughter. It makes sense that he wanted to say goodbye. The humane thing would have been to allow him to stay throughout the entire process, but my father still refused to admit what he did to Elvira. Even after knowing how Ulysses lost her life, he still refuses to take accountability. What matters is that you made it through the day. That's right, which means we need to get back to business. I ain't think you were religious, Nichelle. I'm not. But being an atheist never made sense to me. I always felt like there was some sort of higher power, and that higher power allowed my sister to pass away in my arms. You knew Ulysses took her faith seriously. God sure did, and I don't know how he allowed Ulysses to go out like that. Maybe he needed another angel. Doesn't he have enough angels? Why did he have to enlist my sister? Mr. Duval and the pastor were talking about how she's in the presence of Jesus and that she gets to live with him forever and ever. But how come he couldn't just wait? Why does Ulysses need to be in heaven now when I need her here on earth? I don't think you'd be going easy on me if I weren't your son. You'd think that I was the dumbest kid in the world. Too bad. Because the fact is that you are my son. And you're not stupid. I'm grateful that I still have you. Maybe you should get some rest. Because I don't want you sharing the blame along with that monster. Don't worry, Shelly. JJ will come around. Was he wrong? This baby will be coming into a dark world. Oui, mais bon Dieu va veiller sur bébé. Donc lui te veiller sur JJ et Vanessa. And Mom, just remember that I'm excited to have this baby. Plus, you're in a better situation than when JJ was born. I'm much older and I can help out a bit more. Merci Vanessa. Moi, tellement aimé. What you mean, Pacho? You've got a company to take over. You just buried your sister. We can discuss Russo Jewelers another day. There's no better time like the present. You told me that you plan to go after Isidore and Gianni's shares. Did you make a decision? Isidore is the easier mark. Then let's get to work. How do you plan to take his shares? I wish there was something I could do to help. Make love to me, Zeke. What? I know you heard me loud and clear. I mean, I don't know how you're in the mood. You asked me how you could help, and I want to feel better after experiencing such a terrible day. I don't want to take advantage of you when you're like this. It's not taking advantage if I want it, Zeke. You know what? Maybe we'll let nature take its course.